It's Clink Talk, y'all. It's Clink Talk. You want to know what it was like inside? It's Clink Talk. Tune in. Matter of fact, lock in. That's what they would tell us at 3 o'clock when the shift changed. Lock in. That's what they'll tell us at 9:45. When it's count time at 10. Lock in. So lock in. It's Clink Talk. You see, right about now, I would be doing my detail in prison. What is a detail, you may ask? Because some of us may not have been in prison. So a detail is your daily chore. This is a chore that you have to carry out 3 times a day in between programs for 30 days. You go on a rotation. That's for if you're in a dorm setting. Medium classification. In the max, it's barely really nothing for a convict to do but just his time and stay the hell out of trouble. Keep your nose clean. Not in no senses, I'm just joking, but keep your nose clean. So that way you can get your classification dropped down to a medium status where you can feel like you more like at home. Less tension. To some, that's what it feels like, less tension. But then for some that's conditioned to being in their own little cocoon, it's chaos. Why? Because we're not used to the sudden movement. Like my first experience when I got to a medium, oh boy. I felt like an insomniac for like a good week. Why? Because my first night in the dorm, they had a fight. Nigga walked over. I'm sitting on my bed on the top bunk. Yeah, laugh about it. Yeah, I had the top bunk. Big brother had bottom bunk. And I watched the dude walk from out of his cube. Walk past the CO's bubble, go and pull the dude off of the top bunk and start wearing him out. I'm sitting up on the top bunk like, but you know, prison teaches you one thing. Even though you're afraid, it teaches you how to hold your composure, sort of like at the poker table. Because the moment that you show like even a sweat drop on your face, the wolves are on you. So this cat was a rival gang member, and they told the new member that just came in that he had to get him out in order for him to live. So that's what happened. But I'm not used to this. I'm used to organized activities behind a wall. I'm used to, you know, it was like how you watch the mafia movie. It had to been structured. It had to been talked about. It had to been like co-signed. Like, yeah, that's the hit. And when it was co-signed, you knew what time it was. So it was never somebody invading your personal space like how it was in the media, where people constantly invaded your personal space. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I need to get back to a max. I'm scratching my head like, oh my God. But then, as time went on, I realized it really wasn't that bad if you knew how to move. What do I mean by that? Sun Tzu, the lay of the land determines the fight. A person downhill do not pick a fight with the person at the top of a hill. I refuse to give you the answer to what he meant by that. I'm gonna let you figure it out and hit me in the posts and comments. Let me know if you know. Cause if you know, you know. Woo! King Push. Ugh. So yeah. Once you understand that, then life becomes normal once again. So now, here I am in the medium. Ooh, went down the wrong hole. Anyway, here I am in the medium. I'm about a month in. And, you know, I figured out the whole layout, who was who, what was what, and I was good with everybody there. Matter of fact, I was actually there with the whole Brooklyn neighborhood. Shout out to the Kings County section. You dig? Yeah. So I was good. The problem was I wasn't good with the way police, or better yet, correction officers, as they're actually known as, but we call them police because they uphold the law. Anyway, didn't like the way the police was talking to convicts. That's what I thought we all were. This is where you get another rude awakening. Not everybody are convicts. You have convicts, right? And you have inmates. This is when I realized that I graduated from the land of the convicts and were rewarded, but my reward was now I am now demoted or inactivated from being that aggressive person to now getting re-entered into society. A more homelier feeling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So here I am, and the police, they just like talking to people any old type of way that they want. And I'm sitting here like, I just came from an area that respect was met with respect, no matter what. It was just respect, a mutual respect, because to be honest with you, nobody wanted to turn their day gray over some bullshit. I'm just being honest. But here, you got these correction officers dying for respect because they know that these young inmates can't handle them. They just want to go home. Everybody in the medium is just trying to go home. Here you got me, fresh off the bus, from GFYS. If you know, you know. You can use those acronyms two ways. I like to use them two ways. One is the godly way and one is the real fleshly way. But I'm talking about the real fleshly way right now. And you just not gonna talk to me like this. So once you're talking to me belligerently, I just go off and let you know about yourself belligerently too, because to be honest with you, once you disrespected somebody behind the wall, they understood disrespect meant I disrespected that person, so he's going to disrespect me back. So it was either I respected the disrespect and we just took it to the gladiator school and we respected each other after, or somebody just had to go to the next prison or whatever it may be. But it wasn't just, no, you're going to talk to me like this and then I'm going to go back to my dorm and I'm going to talk to all these niggas like if I'm King Kong beating on my chest. Like, that was never me. So I'm going to check you immediately, because when I go back to the dorm and beat my chest like King Kong, I want you to understand the reason why I beat my chest like King Kong, nigga. Because I climbed Mount Everest and I ain't get frostbit. And I'm coming back down with a snow cone and 2 iced lattes for my moms and my pops. So, yeah. That's why my claim to talk is solidified. My fingers tell a story, if you notice. C-73, Rikers Island, yeah. My fingers looking like a lobster when you cook it, but the only thing was, mine was stitched up and the meat couldn't go back in. It had to drop off. Sorry to be so graphic. All because this police opened up my mail before I got to him. And by law, he's not supposed to open your mail until you get in front of him while in a correctional facility. So there's a lot of people have been violated. Family and friends, if you wonder why you ain't get a letter, it's because they SRG'd that person's mail and they were reading it and they decided it wasn't right. And they ripped it up because of something you probably said. And here you are with the upset feeling about that person because you thought they got the letter and never responded to you. That ain't us, baby. That's the system. But they ain't gonna tell you that. And when we try to tell you that, you think that we full of crap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you're not just going to be talking to me any old way, so they got to the box. I get to the box, and, you know, they roughed me up a little bit, let me know that, you know, I'm in their facility. And I took it, you know, because everywhere you go, you're going to get roughed up before they accept you. And I took it with stride. I sat in the box a couple of days without property. They shortchanging me on food. I could have kicked the door in, but instead, you know what? I kept it real gentleman and playerish. You ain't gonna fucking break me. You ain't gonna make me sound like the animals that I heard on the box door before. That's what they call them, box animals. I'm more civilized than that. I turn the motherfucking box into a mansion. How you come by and look at the window like, yo, did you see this nigga? He in there living. Like, yeah, anywhere I go, I turn it to a mansion. I gotta be comfortable. But don't worry though, because I'm comfortable don't mean that I ain't ready. I'm always armed and dangerous. Yeah. I'm a Kings County kid, what you expect? But yeah, so now I'm in the box, I get out the box. Same officer now gives me a little side eye here and there because he feel like, you know, he was the big and baddest nigga on the compound until I came through and knocked his chin in for him. And now all his buddies is patting me on my back because they feel more liberated because he was all bark, no bite. And here I came. Even though they put me in the box, they had to respect my shit because it ain't never been done by a convict before. Shout out to Livingston Correctional Facility. If you know, you know. But anyway, so I get to my housing area and shit like that, and everybody is like, yo, that's the homie that, but I'm not a homie, so you know, but that's how we talk. That's the homie that put the police in his place and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like a red carpet effect, man. And there you have it. Thank you for joining another segment of Clink Talks. I feel like I'm talking too much. I'm gonna let you digest that, and I'll be back. All right? Peace.